welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to review the new Kat Von D foundation. It's supposed to be a liquid to powder finish in a medium coverage. I am obsessed with it. I love the way this came out. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so for the new Kat Von D foundation, this is in medium 051. This is a liquid to powder foundation. It's supposed to be medium coverage. So since it is supposed to be medium coverage, I'm going to do this with my Smashbox brush rather than a beauty sponge that would make it less coverage. I'm just gonna put a little bit on top. Also, I noticed in the store when I was watching this that you really wanna shake this. It has like a little thing inside. Make sure you shake this up. Ooh, this feels like super, super light, like a less than a tinted moisturizer actually. But look, it adds like such good coverage. I got burned under both of my eyebrows. I don't know if you can tell. I got my eyebrows waxed and dyed this weekend, and yeah. I guess it was from my retinol. I had only used a retinol twice, but it makes your skin sensitive. I guess it goes in your bloodstream. So I got pretty burned. There's like a little scab on each side, but I don't think you can see it right now. So this is just like barely any foundation at all. Wow, this is like incredible. Honestly, like so many companies have came out with such good foundations recently. Like a lot of the ones I tried, I'm just like blown away with because they're kind of like mastering the natural look but giving you a full coverage. It feels just so like light on the skin. Nothing has ever felt this light before. Like truly, it's like a thin liquid, but then somehow the pigment is like unreal. It also blended like super fast, super easy. This is so nice. It looks like my pores are smaller too, and it just evens everything out and kind of like hides the texture. Okay, so for our concealer, we're gonna do the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Medium Honey. This looks like a little lighter on camera than it is in person, but this color is honestly incredible. So her first foundation was like the most full coverage foundation you'll ever have in your life. It literally would cover anything. It would even cover tattoos if you like color corrected them first. I used to wear her thick, heavy foundation when it first came out. But then once my skin started to calm down, I like moved on to something more natural. But honestly, if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, that foundation was incredible. But to be honest, like this covers everything I could possibly want it to cover, and it feels like nothing, and it was like so liquidy and light. Like you could also go without setting this without a powder because it says liquid to powder. I'm sure it's still drying. It feels a little tacky, but not that much. Of course, our little Fenty sponge to blend. If you guys don't already have this sponge, like please get it. I talk about it in every single video. It will change your life to blend your concealer. I never used it to blend my foundation. I've never tried it like that, but for concealer, it's life-changing. Please get it. Thank you so much. Like so flawless, so seamless, unreal. Do you guys get excited as I do for like new foundations and concealers to come out? I feel like they're the most important part of your makeup routine. Like concealers, it's very hard for me to try new ones because I'm so picky with concealers, but foundations, like I feel like companies have been really stepping it up and giving us some really good foundations. This looks so good with my concealer. It blended so evenly into this foundation. You can't even tell like where the edge is. This foundation is so good. Like you guys need this, truly. Like sorry if I tell you like you need a lot of stuff, but like how do you think I feel? Okay, so you kind of have to buy it. So sorry. For contour, this is our Fenty Beauty Stick in Truffle. I really love this one. I wanted to test this one for my contour with this foundation to see if, since it's a stick, if the foundation would stay on our face or if it would lift once we use this and blend this out. So that's why I like to test this rather than a liquid. I'm just gonna blend this out with my beauty blender. Guys, it's officially fall. I'm so juiced. It's end of September. Let's get it. End of year. Yes, come through. I'm so excited. But it's still 100 degrees in LA. So there's that. Listen, I'm gonna be looking stupid. You're gonna see me at the mall. I'm gonna be in a big chunky sweater, some thigh-high boots, some little Timberland boots. Like, I don't care if it's 100 degrees. I'm wearing my fall clothing, okay? So, if you see me outside looking like that, don't laugh at me. Just, you know, join me. This is unreal how good this looks. The contour blended in so flawless. And also, there is like no lifting from the foundation. Foundation kept its coverage while I blended out my contour. Okay, so let's set this now for our under eyes. Of course, we're going in with the MAC Studio Fix in N4 with our little Morphe brush. This is the M554. I use it in every video, so it's the same one. Okay, so make sure you watch all my vids. Then to set our face, we're going to use the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. My fave. This one, it looks so flawless on your skin. It is so hot, guys. It is like 100 degrees today. And my filming room, like my office, it's upstairs. It's upstairs. And I have like 9 lights on me. So I can't run the air or else you guys would hear it. It'd be so annoying. Like you'd hear like wah in the background. So I'm dying for you. So be appreciative. You know, like or at least like my vid for me. Thank you so much. Because I'm about to sweat this foundation off. This will be a good wear test though, huh? Then of course we're gonna do our MAC Give Me Sun for our bronzer. This is our Morphe and Jaclyn Hill bronzing brush JH02. Then I've been loving, after going with my bronzer, taking the Hoola from the Cheek Leaders palette and just doing this in the very back to kind of just like give me a little more definition. For that, I'm going to take my Smashbox slanted brush. For me, this one's like a little too light and too gray. But when I put it just in the back after the warm bronzer, it just gives me like a little bit of a shadow since it is like very neutral, almost like gray toned. I'm just like not into contouring my nose lately, so I'm just running a little bit of this with my bigger brush so it's kind of like diffused. And then we'll do a little highlight and do our under eye powder like up to these lines to kind of, I don't know, make it more snatched and blend it together. Then we're gonna do our highlight. So we're gonna do the Cookie from the Cheek Leaders palette on the cheeks and nose. For the cheeks, I'm gonna use my Morphe brush. This is my favorite for highlight recently. It's the R36. I just take a really small amount and just focus it right here on the cheek, just this like upper part. And I do this before my blush to make sure that it's all blended and it looks like you're glowing from within instead of just like a stripe on your face. Okay, for blush, we're gonna do the MAC Floor Power. I love this one. It's like super pink, super matte, but like a little darker. And I'm gonna use my MAC blush brush. This one is like very pigmented, so it kind of like applies a lot. You gotta be careful. But what I like to do is just do like one tap, blend it out, and then I go in with my powder brush afterwards and I make sure that everything is like blended and that it's not too strong. Like, you know, I don't wanna be a clown around here. I do like a lot of blush, but I don't want to look stupid. Okay, and we're just going to clean up a little bit underneath the blush. We're just going to do mostly in the back with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade 2. And for this, I'm just going to use like a little small brush today, so it's a little more diffused. This is the Morphe E8 brush. This one I normally use for like cream contour on the nose or like patting out my concealer, but I just want a little bit on the back. Like right here, just to clean that up. Okay, let's set our face with the Morphe Setting Mist. Okay, for brows, we're going to use a Benefit Highbrow just to carve out a little bit. Sorry if you can see like the little scabs under my brows from getting burned. I've been putting ointment on it, but it just happened like 2 days ago. So, it's healing. I'm going to use my MAC Concealer brush. This is the 195. And I just want to pat this out. Honestly, guys, this highbrow is like one of my favorite things in the world. I've been using it for years, and like every time I forget to use it, I get so upset. I just really, really love it. They have this one, which is like the matte one, and then they also have one with the sheen to it. For my brows, of course, I'm using my Anastasia brow definer in soft brown. This is the thick one. Just comb your brows up first. I got my brows like also tinted when I got them waxed, and I got a lash tint for my little nub lashes. Like, I don't know if you can tell. There's makeup on them now, so they look so good when they're dyed, and they're like all trimmed and shaped well. It's so easy to fill them in when you get them done. I highly recommend, if you live in LA or in the Bay Area, to go to the Benefit Brow Bar, like their actual store, not just the Brow Bar at Ulta, but go to a Benefit store. In LA, there's 2 of them. There's one in Santa Monica and one by the Beverly Center, but they do tinting and waxing, and they do makeup, and they sell all their products there. It's the cutest thing ever. I used to work there, so I know. It's so different now from when I worked there, but I really love the way that they tint and wax. If you go to the one on 3rd Street, go to Amy. She does the best brows. My sister goes to her now also, and we both get them tinted and waxed. She's like the sweetest, cutest person ever, and she just does the best brows. So you have to go. Now that my brows are filled in, I'm gonna set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Okay, today for my eyes, I'm going to use the Morphe palette. This is the 35R. I love this so much, guys. Like, I used to like not buy Morphe's product because I thought it was like a joke and like it was just for, you know, sponsored people. Like, no, this is so good. Look at this palette. Isn't this incredible? The colors in here are like life-changing. This whole side is shimmers, and then these are all mattes. I really like them. It's not like the most pigmented I've ever seen in my life, but it is very pigmented. And like, if something's not pigmented, like, just build it up. It's not that serious, right? As long as it's not patchy, you're good. I don't know any of the names on these. I'm sure it probably came with like an overlay, but I don't have it, so I apologize. But for my crease, I'm gonna first go in with this shade here. Second one down. Okay, this looks like Connect 4. Is that how you say it? Connect 4. I'm so excited about this Kat Von D foundation. It looks really, really good, and I love finding a good foundation that just looks so natural on me but still gives me good coverage. And she has a good color range, so you should be able to find your shade no matter what shade you are, no matter how light or how dark you are. Like, there's a good range, so I hope that you can find your color. If you go to Sephora, like, try it on your neck or your jaw, or like have them try it on you, or just get a little sample. You can ask them to help you if you don't know what color you want, but get a sample and try it because it's amazing. For my next crease shade, I'm going to use this color here. I don't know what kind of look I want to do today. Just something like a little natural, a little halfway in between smoky and natural. I'm doing this one a little lower. This is like a dark brown, but this has like a maroon tone to it. Honestly, I feel like if your face is flawless, you can just throw some nice browns in your crease, some liner and lashes, and like you'll look so good and put together. You don't always have to do like 19 colors. You don't always have to have like bright colors on your eyes. Unless you want to, then go for it, but don't feel like you have to. Like, makeup is fun. It's just supposed to make you feel better, so do whatever you like and whatever you think looks the best on you. See, honestly, this is just 2 shades in my crease and it already looks so good. I could stop here and do liner and lashes. I think what I'm gonna do is do one color on the lid. This color I use often and I really, really like it. It's kind of like a rose gold color, I would say, but I really love it. I'm just gonna do a little on my lid. There's so many good sparkle ones in here, and they're all like bronzy, olive tone, champagne tones. These would go good with any eye color. Like, you guys will really love this palette. It's so affordable and the colors are super, super nice in there. So this kind of like undertone of the pink goes really well with blue and green eyes especially. So this is how the top looks. Now let's do the bottom. I'm gonna take a really fluffy loose crease brush and we're just gonna go in with the first shade that we used here. I get so excited over like the most basic things, like how good this foundation looks, or like an eyeshadow. I know I'm not the only one, or else like YouTube would not be as big as it is with all the makeup YouTubers, okay? And all the people that watch, like, we're all obsessed with makeup, right? Lastly, I'm gonna go in with this shade in my inner corners. Just like a nice champagne color. You could also just use your highlighter for this. Like, the shade Cookie is always really good in my inner corner. I love using this brush lately for my inner corner highlight. This is the JH40, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collab. Don't come for me for using Morphe either, because I'm obviously not sponsored, okay? Plus, I've had this palette way before I did YouTube. They're just like really good brushes for the price point. Like obviously they might not last you like 10 years like a MAC brush or a Bobbi Brown brush, but for the price point, they're amazing. They work well, they get the job done, and all their eyeshadows are like really good, so yeah. So we're gonna do a little liner. Of course, we're gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Feline Flick. Okay, now that our liner's on, let's do our mascara. This is the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. I'm first going to curl my lashes with the Laura Mercier Lash Curler. Just because I have like no lashes left and it makes the strip lash go on easier. Makes it look like I have a little bit of lashes. I love this mascara. So good, so affordable. You can also build this and do like 2 to 3 coats depending on how dramatic you want your lashes. We're gonna do our bottom lashes with the MAC Extended Play. You guys wear bottom mascara? I know a lot of people tend to not wear bottom mascara. They say like they feel like it closes their eye, makes it look smaller. But like, what do you think? Do you wear bottom mascara? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment down below. While we let our mascara dry before we put on our lashes, let's just go ahead and do our lips. So for liner, I'm going to do my Makeup Forever Total Taupe. It's one of my absolute favorites. For my lip color, I'm going to use Unbuttoned by Fenty. This is their amazing liquid lip that I love. It's like such a good peach. This looks so good. I'm just going to throw a little gloss over it. This is the shade Fussy from Fenty Beauty. Just give it a little shine in the middle. So for lashes, I'm going to use Lily Lashes in Mykonos. So let me put those on and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's our final look with our lashes on. I am really obsessed with how this looks. I think that the foundation is amazing. I think that it's super, super natural, but it gives you such a good full coverage that looks like skin. You can't feel anything is on your face. So I would highly recommend that you guys go check this out. Either go purchase the product or just get a little sample to try and make sure that you love it before you purchase it. But I really love this. I hope that you guys love this too. So leave me a comment down below if you like how this came out and if you think that you're gonna go try out the foundation. Thank you so much for watching.